Yo, what's up, guys? We're back with another video. So, UFC Fight Night, Manel Kape versus Almabayev just took place. Holy shit, I did so bad on this card. I'm just gonna show the predictions I got. I got 4 out of my 10 predictions correct. 4 out of my 10. Listen, listen, I know I don't do the best sometimes, but come on, man. At least I got the main prediction correct. At least I got Manel Kape winning correct. At least I got that one, but like, Jesus, this was one of the worst predictions I think I've ever had for a card ever, even before I record videos. Like, most of the time when I made back predictions, it was when I was like predicting fights on the Dana White Contender Series, because me and my father would do like predictions on who was gonna win those, like just as the fight would start, and I would always get them wrong. But no, this is like the worst one I've ever had in my whole life. I had to start off the video like that because, like, holy shit, 4 out of my 10 predictions. Like, Jesus, I'm not betting on anything, but it's like, oh my god, that is the worst I've ever seen. But I guess now let's just get into the video and talking about the fighters, right? Alright, so starting off with the first fight, Charles Johnson versus Ramzat Temirev. Yeah, Charles Johnson got like schooled. I thought it was a close fight, don't get me wrong. I think that they gave it to Ramzat. I think they got the right decision, but the funniest part was when Charles Johnson was like getting all hyped up, like jumping up and down, and then they announced it. He's just like, man, and he just walks off. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. It was so funny seeing that. It was actually so funny. It was a good fight. It was alright. It was a decent scrap. I knew it was going to be good. And it was a great way to start off the card, I will say. But yeah, they got the right decision for this fight, I feel. Alright, next one, Angela Lee versus JJ. I'm gonna be straight up honest. Half of these fights I didn't watch. I only watched until I only started watching this card when it got to like the main card. I actually kind of skipped this. I was working out. And not much I can say about this one because I didn't watch it. At least I got this one correct. Alright, next up, Daniel Silva versus Lucas Almeida. Again, another one I got wrong, so yeah. And another one I didn't see. Not much I can really say. I mean, from the clips I did see, like, Lucas wasn't really doing that great, you know, so yeah, you know, it sucks that he lost, and I got another one of these wrong. Alright, next up, Ricardo Ramos versus Chepi Marciaco. I got this one correct, at least. I had a feeling that this one I was gonna get correct. I thought it was gonna be like a TKO. I just went with that, like, for like a fun one, but I knew he was gonna win, and I was thinking it was gonna be decision, but I went with a TKO for this one, but he didn't. It went to a decision, but I'm alright with that. As long as he got that win, I was happy with it. Alright, next up, Austin Lane versus Mario Pinto. Holy shit, what a knockout that was. That was actually a really nasty and disgusting knockout right there for like a debut for a heavyweight, and I got this one correct. I didn't watch the first round because that's when I just came back from my workout. And then I see the second round, and then he just knocks the motherfucker out. Like, it's like crazy shit right there. And I was like, oh, wow, that was like a nasty knockout. Like it was really nasty. And we also got, like, to be honest, cut Austin Lane. What? Dana White will cut Jargino Rosenstrike, a guy who has been tied to Ivaza, Shamil Gaziev, and other guys, but you have Austin Lane here, who's like 2 wins and like 6 losses in the UFC, and Dana's like, nah, we'll keep him. Why are we keeping a guy like Austin Lane or Tai Tuivasa, guys who are just losing non-stop, and then we're getting rid of Jargino Rosenstrike because he had one stinky fight? Why? I'm actually so... Like, the more I thought about it, the more I'm just so upset by, like, why is that the case? And this also puts into show how bad is, like, Robelis de Spain. Because Austin Lane was able to beat this guy by using his wrestling. Imagine... And now we see, like, how good Robelis de Spain is when he's fighting, like, karate combat. But, okay, ran aside. Good work from Mario Pinto. That was, like, a nasty knockout. I will say, it was disgusting. Alright, now we have Daniel Barlovo versus Sam Peterson. Like, what is going on with this card, man? Like, I thought that Daniel Ballaro was gonna be the one who's gonna, like, have the striking success. What happens? Sam Peterson decides to become, like, Canelo Alvarez on the feet and then knocks him out in, like, the first round. Like, come on. Like, I'm actually low-key annoyed. I'm not even joking. I'm actually so pissed off about this. Like, I did so bad on this card, and I thought this was gonna be a good one. Like, I didn't think that Daniel Belova was gonna get knocked out in this fight. I didn't think so, and I thought Sam Pearson was more likely to get KO'd. The exact opposite thing happens. Exact opposite thing. Guys, you don't understand how pissed I am right now. Like, I didn't bet anything, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but, like, Jesus, man. I thought this was gonna be a lock right here, and no. And I thought that Sam Pearson, I will give Sam Pearson credit. That was a good win he had. It was a good performance, great knockout, especially from a guy who's a grappler who for most of his fights are submissions. I have to give him credit where credit's due. That is a good performance to have. I will give him credit on that. But yeah, I'm pissed off about this, man. All right, next up, Hunter Amir versus William Gomez. Okay, so I gotta let you guys know. Once we get to this main card, right? This is when all my predictions get completely wrong. For these last, like, 4 predictions, after, like, Pinto KOs, like, Austin Lane, I'm like, okay, maybe we're back now. Maybe my prediction's gonna go good. And then it just goes downhill. 4 predictions, just all of them I get wrong. It's ridiculous, but I guess that's how MMA goes sometimes. You get some predictions correct, you get some wrong, whatever. I'm still pissed off, but, like, this one I thought was also going to be a lock. William Gomez. Oh my god, how do you lose this fight, man? Oh my god. I should have gone with Hunter Amir, but whatever. I thought that it was going to be a lock. I thought that was going to be a good one. And then William Gomez just goes out there. In the first round, William Gomez was piecing him up. And then in the second round, it was still competitive. I thought William Gomez, like, it was close in my opinion, but I gave it to Hunter Amir. And then in the third round, yeah, Hunter Amir dominated him and gets a decision win. And another one I get wrong. Like, when I heard this when I was, like, in the background making my dinner. And then I'm like, oh, please don't tell me they gave it to Hunter Amir. And then I hear John Anik, like, all right, fight fans, and we have Hunter Amir winning the fight, and I'm just like, come on. All right, next up, Nazar Rak versus Esteban Rivovic. Okay, I have a lot to talk about with this one right here. Do I think this was a robbery? Yeah, I think this was a robbery. I thought Esteban Rivovic won the fight clearly, in my opinion. I don't know why. You could maybe somewhat give an argument. Nasrak did win the first round, in my opinion. I thought that was the clearest round for him. Then the second round, it's very competitive between the two. I will say that. But I thought Esteban Rivovic did enough to win that. I thought he did. I thought he landed the better shots. You could tell that Esteban Rivovic's cardio was really kicking in. Also, just a side note, Rivovic has, like, some of the deadliest cardio I've ever seen. He's up there with Marab, actually. This dude landed, like, this dude threw, like, 400 punches in, like, a single fight. Like, that's actually ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. And then in the third round, he wobbles him multiple times in that fight. And you got Nasrak, who's, like, becoming like Khabib, trying to take him down, like, every second because he knows he does not want to strike with this guy. And then Esteban Rivovic wobbles him just, like, 3 seconds before the fight's over. And then I hear the scorecards. We have 29-20 for Nasrak. The moment I heard that, I'm like, oh, God, I already know what's about to happen. I just knew right there. When they gave it to Nasrak for the first judge, I was like, yeah, it's over. And then the second one, they give it to Rivovic. And then in the third, I knew it was going to be Nasrak. I just knew. And then, I was pissed at that point. My father was watching this, and he thought that Esteban Rivovic won that fight, and he was pissed as well. Come on, man. Ugh. This one leaves a sour taste in my mouth. All right, next up, we have the co-main, Cody Brundage versus Julian Marquez. Wouldn't you believe it? This fight that I was probably saying this does not deserve to be the co-main actually lives up to the hype, or, like, there was no hype, but it exceeded everyone's expectations. I think we can all agree on that. And then, like, first of all, okay, it starts off relatively slow at the start, but then these guys decide just to throw hands in, like, halfway through the round. Both of their mouth guards are thrown out of their mouths. And I don't know, I think the commentator said that these guys swapped mouth guards, which is just disgusting. Like, oh, that's disgusting. And then Julian Marquez is almost about to finish Cody Brundage. And the ref, I swear to God, if that ref had not stepped in at that exact moment, Julian would have won that fight. I'm actually so living pissed because I would have gotten that one right. I at least would have gotten like 5 of my predictions right. No, ref. Okay, I just threw on my mic. The ref would have literally, if the ref didn't step in, Julian would have won that fight. But because he did, Cody Brundage was able to catch him and then knock him out and then get a TKO win. I'm so annoyed, guys. This card made me so pissed watching it. But, I mean, it was a good scrap. It was a good scrap, actually. These two actually exceeded my expectations. So, props to them. They actually did really good. And props to Cody Brundage. He actually won the fight after, like, almost getting beaten up in, like, the start of it. Alright, and finally, we have Manel Kape versus Asu Amirbaev. Manel Kape did a lot better than I thought. I didn't think he was going to school him this badly, actually. I will say. First, and also, Asu was saying that he was getting eye poked a lot when he wasn't until the last one, where he actually did get, like, swiped a little bit in the eye a little bit, but it wasn't anything that crazy, and he was already getting, like, beaten up and was about to get TKO'd finished in flyweight. Manel Kape, I will say, has pretty good power as well in flyweight, so I'll give him that. And it was just a really good performance against Manel Kape, I will say, and I think that he deserves a title shot, honestly, because there's, like, no one else in flyweight right now besides, like, Kai Kara-France, so... Well, actually, no. I think let's give Manel Kape, like, one more fight just so he's kept busy. And then after, like, Pantoja and Kai Kara-France happens, then you have Manel Kape, like, beat up someone else, and then he fights Pantoja, because that's what I think is going to happen against Pantoja and Kai Kara-France. But, guys, that is me covering UFC Fight Night, Manel Kape versus Asu Amirbaev. One of the worst predictions I've ever had. I will say it again. 4 predictions I got right out of these, like, 10 fights. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I should be ashamed of myself. I'm retiring from YouTube. No, I'm joking. But, yeah, you know, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. You know how it is. Peace!